Dave, after Game 3 of the DS, you guys are down 2-1 with your season on the line. It could get really dark for a lot of teams there, and I remember you saying that you believed in those guys in that room. Might have looked different on the outside, but what do you think they proved to each other over the next 10 days?
I think they proved to themselves how tough they are. I think that when you get in a position that we were in against a division rival, against a very talented team at that point, it turns into a street fight. And it's, lose and go home, or you just fight like heck. And I think that that's what got us over the top in the DS, and also what bled into the fact, allowed us to finish these guys off in six games.
We'll go to Jeff in the middle here, fourth row.
Dave, just what do you think of the trajectory Tommy Edman has been on from not even playing a game till August to being the NLCS MVP here?
It's a crazy trajectory. I can't say enough about the front office being able to acquire him at the deadline. What he can do for us on the field, in the clubhouse, it's just amazing. And I never imagined, once we acquired him, he'd be hitting fourth in a postseason game. But I trust him. The guys trust him. He's made huge defensive plays for us and had huge hits. So I just very, very fortunate to have a player like Tommy.
Go to the third row on the right.
Hey, Dave, I know you're being second guessed on all your decisions all the time, and I'm just wondering how you kind of block out the noise, especially on a daily today where you got to make a bullpen game, and every pitching change carries the weight of the world, at least as far as the fans are concerned.
Number one, I don't do social media, so that's the start for me. Number two, I just think that I've got to make decisions, bet on players that I feel, are capable, put them in the best position to have success, and be willing to live with whatever consequence. And so tonight, this series, this postseason, I've had a lot of clarity, and the players have made me look really good.
Couple more for Doug.
Hey, Dave, with the season Chris Taylor's had, what can you say about him coming in a game like this and delivering?
You know what? I can't say enough about Chris. He's obviously had a tough season as far as the health, the consistency with the bat. But I think it's just one of those things that when you're talking about the postseason, sometimes it just comes down to just betting on a person. And the moment's never going to be too big for him. He's going to be prepared. And he showed out and had some big hits, some big plays, a big sack bunt today, and he's won a lot of big games for us.
And then what's the message moving forward? Is it just 4 more wins?
That's it. Obviously, we're going to celebrate tonight as we should. I think the whole world was looking forward or hoping for this potential matchup, this showdown. It's going to be great. They're a very talented team. But I think for us, it's kind of, one game at a time, but appreciating the fact that we still got, 4 wins to take care of business.
Go to the second row on the left.
Can you just talk about Max Muncy's performance just throughout the CS?
Max has been, he's a postseason player. I think that there's a lot said about what Kike does in the postseason, but Max is a guy that throughout his postseasons with us, he finds a different gear as well. He's an on-base machine. He controls the strike zone, and for him to, pivot from third base to first base, which he hadn't played in a few years, also speaks to his ability and his talent. And it's not easy to make up for a loss of Freddie Freeman, but Max has been able to help us make that transition a little bit easier.
Take one more here in the third row.
So, Dave, you had a 7-4 ball game. Trinan comes in the 8th. I know they tacked on 3 more in the bottom half to sort of ease the burden a little bit, but had it stayed the same, did you have any backup plans if things went south?
That was my only plan right there. So, from the first inning, the first pitch, I had a lot of contingency plans, but at that point, we were going to ride or die with Blake.
All right, thanks, Doc.
And last thing, I just want to congratulate Carlos and the Mets. They've had a tremendous season, and they fought hard, and I just think Carlos does a great job with that club. So, yeah.